Hey guys, it's Diana. How are you? Hopefully everybody, I'm just adjusting things here. I've got my camera set up a little bit differently, so I'm just adjusting the light for you. Oops, don't do that. Adjusting the light for you. So hopefully that looks good. And my new in color paper here. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. One of the new in colors. So, hey guys, how are you? Hi, Patty. I'm glad you could find me. I've tried to make everything a little bit bigger and a little bit easier to read tonight. These are the supplies that I'm going to be using, but I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple of things while people kind of try to find the live stream and stuff like that. I'm just going to talk real quick about some things that are coming up or going on right now. One of the things is right now the kits are buy one, get one half off. So if you've never tried one of our Stampin' kits, we have crafting kits and stamping kits. The crafting kits just mean that there's no stamping necessary. So there's no stamp pad included or block or stamp set. So, but they're a little bit more affordably priced. So it's kind of a win-win. This is just a sample of one, the Let's Party Treat Packaging Kit. It's only $19. Isn't that cute? But these are buy one, get one free. And the cool thing is the most expensive one is the one you get is not buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one half off. Sorry. If you're watching this live right now, it's going on during the month of June. So it's buy one, get one half off. The more expensive one is the one you get half price. How often does that happen? Never. It's always, yeah, you know how it goes. Here's a really cool magnet board kit. That's one of our kits that you can get half price. Isn't that fun? Here is the Love This Memory notebook kit. These would make great gifts too, because everything you need is going to come in the kit. Everything. So you can give them as gifts. So buy one for yourself, buy one for a friend. I'm also having a kit class coming up in 2 weeks. Bring your kit and stamp with me. So here's a new one, the Million Thanks stamping kit. Isn't that fun? So you get everything you need, envelopes included. This is the Sentimental Rose. Anyway, these aren't all of the kits. Oh, here's the robot one. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Well, no, that would be good. There. The Robot Buddies kit. And this isn't all the kits. I just printed off a few of them so that you guys could get the idea of what, if you've never seen our kits before, they're kind of like a paper pumpkin. Our paper pumpkin is the monthly subscription, and you don't really get a choice on what you get for paper pumpkin. That's kind of the only downfall to that one. Sorry, trying to get the glare off here for you. So yeah, the paper pumpkin is the monthly subscription. You don't get to pick the kit class, the kit collection. You just go right onto the Stampin' Up page. You can link to my my online store right from this video, and you can just go there, and on the left hand side there's it says purchase now or shop now, and if you go down it says kits collection. You can click on that, and there's like I said, stamping kits or crafting kits. The crafting kits do not require any stamping. So I'm going to set these. So these are the samples or the tools. I'm going to pull those aside so I can put the clue out here in case you guys did not get the clue in advance. And hopefully this is large enough and easy enough for you guys to read. So there is the clue number 1 that went out. So then the other thing real quick while people are getting that, all of your supplies together, is I can show you only the front of them. I can't show you anything on the inside. Look what's coming up. Yep. I've got these ordered. If you're in Stampers Club, you'll be getting your copy in your order, which hasn't come in yet, but I did get confirmation that it shipped. But look at this. And it's starting celebration again. So a fun time to shop with Stampin' Up! You won't want to miss out. If you aren't in club and you do want a copy of these new catalogs coming out, just let me know. There's some really fun Christmas things in there and other holidays that are coming up. Thanksgiving, fall. It's great to think about fall right now because it's like 100 degrees here and windy. Oh, how is your guys' weather? Ours has just been weird and sporadic craziness. Okay, let's go through the different supplies that I have so you can kind of see what I have. I'll put this over here so you can still see it. So light colored cardstock or basic white thick cardstock. I decided to try, this is, I believe, Blushing Bride. Is it Blushing Bride or Petal Pink? It's one of those two. They all look the same. After a while, they all look the same. So it's either Blushing Bride or Polished Pink. Not Polished Pink. That pink is not like any of the others. It is crazy. Petal Pink. It might be Petal Pink because I think Blushing Bride is a little bit lighter. Okay. Colored cardstock, 3 inches by, and this is 5.5 by 8.5, and then scored in the middle. So just a regular card size. It's blurry, Patty. It looks clear to me. Darn. Okay, I will see what I can do here. Here is, so the 3-inch by 4 3/4. I've got this piece. Okay, and I think that is Baja Breeze. Gosh, I should have all of these memorized, shouldn't I? And I didn't even bring my catalog over with me. They all coordinate with this DSP that I'm using. And then here is Mango Melody. I do know that one. So that's Mango Melody. Let me go check. Let me go grab the DSP and I'll read those. So on your DSP, so this is the DSP that I'm using tonight. It's the Textured Chic DSP. Try to not get the glare there. So this is the Textured DSP. And if you look at the back on here, it tells you what colors go with the DSP. So I chose the Mango Melody, Petal Pink, and it's Pool Party. Sorry, it is Pool Party. But this is a really, really pretty, really pretty one. Did that help at all, Patty? Hopefully that cleared it up just a little bit, maybe. Hopefully. Let me turn on the light a little bit more here. There we go. So let me know how that looks. But anyway, so there's my colors of cardstock. I'm all crookedy. Sorry, my husband's not here tonight to help me with all this IT stuff. I have to do it all myself. There we go. And it's backwards to me, just so you know. So it's kind of weird. Okay, so Designer Series paper, and it wanted 8 1-inch squares. So here are my little 1-inch squares from that Textured Chic. So I've just cut them in 1 inch. And you know, these are double-sided, so you can use either side for those. So, and now my light's kind of doing weird things. I wonder if I do it up here, would it be better? We'll see. Anyway, there we go. So it's still blurry. I wonder if I can move my camera a little bit. Okay, let me try that. Okay, so our DSP is the 1-inch squares, 1 by 1 inch squares, 8 of those. A small sentiment stamp. So I picked this stamp set because it's got some smaller sentiments. This is the charming one. This is the one that has the new dies that come with all of the different greetings. There's a die to match all of them to cut them out. So, ink, the ink I'm using tonight. Oh, seriously? I'll have to go grab. I had early espresso, but I took it with me to the coffee shop this week. I did a coffee and cards workshop, and I grabbed my early espresso and took it with me. You know, you try to be so prepared, and then you go through everything several times, and it's still not enough. So there's my early espresso. I need to get a new one. Doesn't he look beat up? He's all kind of purple and black and blue, like he's been in a fight. Okay, and then I've got my liquid glue. I am going to use this embossing folder. You don't have to use an embossing folder if you don't want to. I've also got some little embellishments here, just the little pearls, the iridescent pearls. And I've got my embossing machine, which can't fit where I can't fit on there. Let me answer a few questions here on here. Hopefully everybody's doing good tonight. Patty, did that clear it up at all, or is it so blurry you can't really tell? I think you're the only one watching right now, so I can't get any other feedback, so I'm not for sure. The feedback I got was that they wanted it to be bigger, the words to be bigger, so I tried to make them bigger. Maybe it's the font that's not working very, very well. Okay, well, let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and get started. If anything happens, we can always go back and re-record this, or maybe it'll look better once I live end the stream and send it back in. Okay, so hopefully, because I don't have anybody here to help me adjust it to right now. Like I said, hubby is off doing his thing tonight. But let's go ahead and get started. This only has 7 clues, so hopefully it won't be too painful for you, even if it is a little bit blurry. I just don't know how to. It doesn't look blurry to me. So anyway, okay, so let's just go ahead and we'll go on. We'll take this off. Maybe that'll help things a little bit. So here's clue number 2. Here we go. Okay, so your card is going to be landscape. Landscape means it's going to go like this. Landscape is side to side. So like if you're looking at the horizon, this would be portrait. So if you are looking at a picture, that would be portrait. This is landscape. So if you have a DSP that actually has some pattern on it, that matters which direction it goes, you'll want to make sure you remember that this goes landscape. So, but anyway, that's not what we're messing with right now. So right now it says add the 1 inch by 1 inch squares of DSP to the 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. Yes, sorry. I have to get eye surgery done in a couple of weeks. So my eyes, I'm struggling with my eyeballs right now. I'm having cataract surgery soon. So hopefully, Patty, that font is a little bit better and you can see it a little bit more clear there. But what this is asking us to do is it wants adhere the 8 1 by 1 inch squares to the colored cardstock with liquid glue, leaving some space around. So what it's asking us to do is to put these on, and I'm just going to lay mine out. You can pick either side to put up to the top. I'm just going to lay mine out here. There's my polka dot ones. Where's my, oh, there's one. You got to decide which one you want up, especially with these really pretty ones. So I kind of like the, I don't know, which one do I like the best? Okay, because I kind of like the gold on that, but I kind of like the color contrast with the flowers on the back of those. And I'm missing the square. Oh, here it is. He tried to get away, but he did not. Okay, so we're just going to kind of lay those out how we want them. So depending on what you have, that'll depend. So, and you can flip these back and forth whichever way you want to use them. So this is kind of a hard decision because both sides are really pretty. So both sides are really pretty. I think I'm going to use, because I want to pull, since I have the pool party, I kind of want to pull that little color in there. Okay. And it's telling us to use liquid glue and adhere these down, but we're going to leave kind of a border around it. So you can see there's a little bit, if we kind of line these up, there's a little bit of a border that we can leave between each one, and a little bit bigger border on the top and the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start with this little guy right here and my liquid glue. And I like to use liquid glue for this just because it you can reposition them. And it's kind of looking like we're going to have a little bit of space like that. Okay. And then you can go to the bottom one. Oh, sorry, I'm off camera. Kind of put that down together like that. Slide them over. Just kind of line them up the easiest way you can. It doesn't take a lot of glue. Again, like I said, a lot of the times the people that don't like liquid glue are just because you've used a little bit too much liquid glue. So, and I can't wait to see the samples because this is going to look different depending on what DSP you use, and even the different patterns of DSP, because you and I could use the same DSP and it would look different. And also on this, if you kind of get them too wonky or they're too close together or too far apart, we can always trim off the extra if we need to. I left a little bit of extra, so if we do need to make any adjustments. So hopefully your guys' weather is way nicer. We've had some crazy weather around here. Crazy. Okay. Oops. See how you can kind of slide it a little bit back and forth? And it doesn't have to be perfect. You're your own worst critic. Uh-oh, I stuck it to my thumb. Now I just have to remember I have glue on my thumb. So, okay. There we go. Okay, now if you wanted to trim off a little bit over here, you can see we've got a little more over here than we do over here, but that's okay. I don't think it's a big deal. It's not that noticeable. So just like that. Okay. Everybody got that done? Okay, let's move on to clue number 3. Like I said, this is going to be a really simple one, guys. So, Patty, I'm sorry. I'll have to have Jerry figure out what the deal is with the blurriness on the camera, so that we can clear it up. And maybe hopefully on playback it'll look better. Stamp a small sentiment stamp in the bottom right-hand corner of the colored cardstock or basic white that measures, so that they're wanting us to use our card base now. We'll set this over to the side a little bit. This needs to be very small or thin sentiment along the bottom of the card. Okay, so I've got my sentiments, and I am going to use this congratulations. I think it's tiny and small, and I have lots of friends having babies this month and next month. So I'm just going to peel the congratulations off and line that up. I'm going to use my early espresso just to stamp right down here. Perfect. Okay. So what kind of cards are you making, Patty? Making a congratulations or a happy birthday, or actually you could leave it blank too and you could stamp it at a later time. So that would be totally appropriate also. Okay. Clue number 4. Let me know if I'm going too fast here, girls. I see we have a couple more people tuned in, so let me line this up. So clue number 4, emboss the DSP that is on the colored cardstock with the embossing folder and die cutting machine. You can also skip this step if you don't have a folder or machine. So what this is just telling you is we could add some texture. So I'm going to use the brick and mortar, and I store mine in the original packaging. That's just how I store them. So I'm going to use this one for a little bit of texture. And we're going to use this piece. This is emboss the DSP. So when you use one of these, it's called an embossing folder. So we're embossing a texture onto this. So it wants us to emboss this whole piece now that we've put it together. So here's a tip for you too. So this embossing folder, the brick and mortar, is a 3D embossing folder. And that just means that it's a little bit thicker. Hi, Margie. I hope your weather's getting better there. I don't want you to blow away while you're watching the video. So, but I want to show you something. So on this, the back of your folder, if you follow the instructions in here, 3D embossing folder, these numbers are wrong. So don't follow this. The numbers they have on here are wrong. Okay, so don't follow that one. I don't know how that happened or how many that happens on, but if you have your base plate, so this is the base plate, the real thick one that comes with your Stampin' Cut and embossing machine. Right here, use with the 3D embossing folders, piece 1 and piece 4, and they're all numbered. So piece 1 and piece 4. Can you see that? Those are the only two pieces you need to use with the 3D embossing folder. I was very confused trying to put together, if you followed this one, it wants piece 1, 2, and then has 3 as your folder and cardstock. Okay, so they're not numbered correctly. So they're just meaning 1 is the standard plate, which it is labeled number 1, but number 2 says specialty plate, and it's actually labeled as number 4. So it just gets confusing because there's nowhere on this plate that says specialty plate. It just says this is not a cutting surface. So it's a little bit confusing, but the picture's the same. It's the right picture. It's just confusing because they use the wrong numbers. So hopefully that'll help someone anyway. Margie, is it blurry to you too? Let me know if it's also blurry. So I'm just going to, and you, like I said, you can skip this step altogether. And I'm sorry, I have to use my big monster one because you can't send the embossing thing through. So I'm going to have my plate. I'm going to put my piece in here, and depending on if you want it embossed or debossed, so you can and on these it doesn't really matter because it does have texture on both, going both directions, but I'm going to kind of line it up because I kind of want my bricks going the same way, and I want a brick wall to go like that. So always put it face down with the side up if you want it embossed. Okay, if you want it debossed, you can flip it over. Okay, and then you just put your plate 4 on top and magically send it through. Ah, sorry about that. Probably really loud. Okay. Take that apart. So now we have this. And so then when we open up this, then we have this beautiful little embossed texture across our cardstock and our DSP. I thought that just added kind of a neat little extra. Like I said, you don't have to do this step if you don't want to, or if you don't have the supplies to do it. It's perfectly fine to leave it off. Okay. Let's set this aside so I can get this out of the way. Everybody got that step done, hopefully, or are most of you just watching? Okay, so let's go on. Like I said, there's only actually 7 steps to this project, so we're over halfway there. Okay, clue number 5. Oh, I don't know what that. Okay, there we go. Clue number 5. I keep getting all wonky, guys. Why? Why am I? Oh, probably from my embossing machine. Okay, there we go. Okay, so clue number 5. Adhere the emboss layer to the colored cardstock that measures 3 inches by 4 3/4. So that other little piece that we have that's a little bit bigger, it's wanting us to adhere these together. And I'm just going to go ahead and use that same liquid glue I've been using. And see, you can see on the back of this one, this would be the debossed. So that's more poked in. This one's more poked out. So if you have your cardstock with the facing up with the logo, it'll be embossed. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So let me just add some glue here. I like to get it close to the edge. And then just use a little bit. And then we're just going to line this up. Now, it should be just a little bit bigger so that you're layering a nice mat. And remember, I just picked the colors out of the DSP. So I'm just layering these colors. Now, I would never put these colors together, but they put them together in the DSP. So that kind of gives me a clue as to what colors I can put together. I'm not very good at putting different colors together. But I kind of pulled out this little pool party right here and in here. So I thought that looked really neat. And I love this mango melody. I don't know why, but it's just really summery to me. Okay, so there's that step done. Let's go on to clue number 6. Look, we're almost all done. Are you guys ready to be all done already? I know, this is like the fastest one ever. Okay, here's clue number 6. Clue number 6. Add the layers to the base card front with dimensionals above the sentiment image. So we have our base card. Okay. And it's asking us to layer this on top using dimensionals. And I have some dimensionals right here. And look, our card is pretty much complete now. Look at that. Just going to put some dimensionals here. And I have my take a pick tool. It is on my take a pick. Oh, must have been dried up hot glue or something. I love my take a pick tool. I watched my friend Yari use this to take these little papers off, and I love that idea. So it's just asking us to put this on top here, and you can center it however you would like. That's why our sentiment needed to be kind of small at the bottom, is because we were going to layer it on top like that. How are you guys doing? Look at that. I love it. How simple is that? And it doesn't take hardly any supplies at all. Let me go ahead, and here's our last clue. Believe it or not, we're already almost done. So here is this. You can layer a piece on the inside of the card if you used a darker card base. So if you wanted to put like a piece of white in here, you could just layer 4 inches by 5 1/4. I thought this was light enough that it didn't really need an extra layer on the inside. But if you do have a darker card, please go ahead and layer a lighter piece of cardstock inside there. Or if you used white as your base, then you could just stamp directly on the bottom there. So, or inside the card, you would stamp directly on the inside of the card. And then I didn't put this as a thing, but if you wanted to add any embellishments, like I've got the pearls here, and I just thought it needed some pearls. And I love how pretty these pearls are. So just add a couple of pearls here, and voila. Look at the card you've created. What do you guys think? How easy was that? That was like less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes, you guys. So to kind of show you what I meant by layering on the inside, here's the card I did before. And I just went ahead and layered a piece of white. And so, like I said, this is for a baby shower. So there's with the layer on the inside, and then without, you could stamp directly. Like I said, this card is probably a little bit light enough that you could go without that second layer on here. So, okay, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget that the kits, stamping kits, are buy one, get one half off. Don't forget that the new catalog is coming out. And if you want your copy and you're not part of my regular Stampers Club, just reach out to me. I will be happy to get those sent to you. Okay, guys, thanks so much. I'm going to work on getting things not blurry. I'm going to go ahead and post this also, a link to my Facebook Live. That way, if anybody has trouble finding this or has any issues, you guys can just pop over to my Facebook page, which is Diana's Dazzling Diamonds also, and click on the link to rewatch this. Thanks, guys. Margie, I hope your weather gets better. Patty, thanks for tuning in. See you guys later.